As you come to your mat, the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about doshas. And I'm not going to specifically talk about a particular dosha this morning, but instead the idea of balance is what I would like you to focus on this morning and think about. And why do we hit that so hard? Well, obviously in yoga, we do a lot of things where we require balance, right? But balance is actually very important for us physically, not just from the aspect of preventing falls. We talk about that as we, sorry, Nancy, as we age, right? We were talking about getting older, not just as we age, but for anybody, even my 2-year-old or 3-year-old grandchildren, the 1-year-old learning to walk, one of the basic skills she has to learn is balance. And so that balance is made up of really 3 different things that we like to talk about. And we'll be highlighting that as we move through class. And balance is really what harmony is, right? And when things are in harmony, when our doshas, when our energies are in harmony, then we have a pleasant amount of energy, we feel creative, we feel upbeat, we feel hopeful, and yet we're grounded enough to be able to dream and envision where we want to go. So today we're going to try to bring all your doshas in balance and find a little bit of balance and harmony on our mat. So with that thought in mind, sit down in an easy seated position and press the sit bones away, lift the flesh up and away. Draw the sit bones away from the heels, regardless of how you have those heels positioned or tucked. Lift up through the heart, and then bring your hands to your knees and bring your index finger and your thumb together. You can have the hands cupped palm up or palm down, whichever way you would like, depending on if you're inviting energy in or calming that energy down. Let your eyes get heavy. Feel them soft and fluid. And then let the breath begin to deepen. Notice the shoulders staying still and the belly moving in and out to allow that big deep breath. And seek to bring that breath to an even in and out breath. Samavriti. Take at least 3 solid in and out breaths that way. Feeling the calm enter as the breath enters. Retaining it even as you breathe out. And while I shared you a physical aspect of the class that I've designed, you all had a reason that brought you to your mat that has nothing to do with what I was designing. So bring that intention, that sankalpa to mind. See yourself achieving it on your mat this morning. And then gently bring your hands to your heart center. Take one more final breath in and out. And as you're ready, go ahead and begin to bend, honoring that intention, bringing the forehead down towards the fingers. Breathing deeply in and out here. And then inhaling, lifting the head up. Keep that soft focus in the eyes as you let the hands fall down by the knees and relax. We're actually going to start here by working from the ground up. We always want in our yoga or in our balance, we want to be working from the foundation, from the ground up. Now, if your hips aren't real open, I was laughing, Susan was saying that she felt tight this morning during Allie's class, then go ahead and bring a block out in front and just place it right in front of your feet. Grab whatever foot happens to be in the front and place it on that block and move that block to where it's comfortable for you. Then you can either leave the foot resting on the block or you can pick it up, again, all depending on your level of comfort. Just try not to tilt the pelvis back. Keep the heart lifted. We're going to play with the feet. So I want you to identify all 4 corners of the feet, the big toe ball mound, little toe ball mound, inner and outer edges. All right. Take a look at those feet and then just start to bring the thumbs into the center of the soles in between the ball mounds and massage those feet. Noticing what you're feeling down there, starting to open the feet up, and then work the fingers down through the center of the feet, all the way to the heel. Just giving you, for those of you that don't like to touch your feet, sorry, Susan, this is like, blah, blah. but your feet will love you for it. So give them a nice massage up and down. And then you can lay that foot back down on the block, lean the weight forward so the sit bones are pressing back away again. Interlace your fingers inside your toes and try to really get them jammed down in there. Like, you know, for us women that go and get pedicures, like when they stick those things in. Susan's making a big face. And now once you get the fingers in there, you're going to do, it's called the Yogi Handshake. And so you just start wiggling with the hands and with the toes, wiggling those fingers around. Sherry, if your big toe is bothering you at all, this should be really good for your foot. Just manipulating those feet and building awareness, because this is where it all starts when we're standing. Now go ahead and release that Yogi Handshake on that side and rotate the knee up. Place your hands so your thumbs are underneath your calves, slightly on either side, and start to really give yourself a nice deep tissue massage, working up the inside of the calf. You might hit a spot where suddenly you're like, whoa, that's a tight muscle. If you don't, great, then you're nice and loose already. Work your way all the way up, going up the center of the muscles. And then as you work your way down, take the thumbs so that they're kind of to either side of the bone. And you can work whatever works good with your hands, just really digging in there. Just really feel that. Giving those legs a little bit of love to start out, but also building awareness. If there are any areas of tightness, discomfort, pain, and then you can rub up and down on the calf. Just getting the blood moving through the legs. Now, when you're ready, draw that leg in and take the other leg out, and we'll do it all over on the other side. Now, as you're lifting this leg out, hopefully you're noticing that you're getting some external rotation on the outer hip. And we'll start again, finding the big toe ball mound, little toe ball mound, inner and outer corners of the heel, and then starting with the thumbs, working into those feet. And again, think about if you've ever had a deep tissue massage. It's not a yummy, yummy, feel good massage. It's a get in there and see if you can find knots kind of thing. We want to work those knots out and build awareness. Work the fingers up and down the sole of feet. And when you're ready, you can go for that Yogi Handshake, interlacing those fingers. This is a great thing to do if you have any problems with plantar fasciitis, if you have any leg cramping at night, when you're sitting there watching TV or reading, getting ready for bed, this is a great thing to do. Put some lotion on your feet and then give yourself the Yogi Handshake, a foot massage, and work up and down your leg. If you're drinking lots of water and giving yourself this love, then often you can get rid of some of those problems. And then when you're ready, you can release that hand, rotate the knee up towards the sky, and begin down at the base. The back of the thumbs come in the back of the leg, working up. I always find my right calf is so much tighter. My left leg is like, yeah, okay, that feels good, move on. My right leg, it's like, stop, stop, stop. Anybody else finding spots? Yeah, good. Not that I'm a masochist, but we want you to find those spots and then work through them, right? So just massaging those legs. And once you've made your way all the way up and down that calf, then take the leg off and just give the leg a nice little massage, getting that blood moving. Really nice and tight up and down the leg. Now, whatever leg you have tucked in, keep it tucked in. Take that hand to the knee, lift up and take the sit bones back. Draw the leg that's in front up off the mat. Grasp the foot, be gentle here. We've not done a lot of hip opening. One hand on the knee, one hand on the foot if that's comfortable. Otherwise, grab a strap and place it around your foot. And just gently start to work that hip in and out. We're working our way up the body, opening up different parts of the body. If you're open, you've already done a class maybe, you might find that you want to start to get more of that internal rotation, maybe go into the yogi telephone, find what works for you, right? And then place one foot down I like to switch the legs out and then draw the other leg back in, and we'll work on that hip again. Lifting the leg up first, grasping the sole of the foot, and drawing it back. Now, later we're going to be playing with some poses where some of you may be able to reach down and grasp the fingers with the toes and stretch back. So I want you to think about different ways you can hold on to your foot. Susan's going to the yogi telephone there. Just playing with that hip, getting it pulled back. And then place that foot down. Take your block off to the side of your mat. Bring your strap in. If you're on any props, take them away. And then make your way down all the way onto your back. And once you're all the way down on your back, draw your knees in close to your chest, grasping the shins, rocking side to side. I'm gonna turn sideways so y'all can see me here. Notice how that low back feels, and then separate the knees wider than the chest, flex the feet, and stack the feet up. Now, if this is too early in class and you don't want to go any further than this, feel free to stay right here or to go to half happy baby. For those of you that feel, no, I'm good, this is good, go ahead and thread those arms in and find the outer edges of your feet and just gently encourage those hips open again down towards the floor. Little happy baby here. You might rock that baby. And then release, draw the knees in close together. Keep that right knee in nice and tight. Stretch that left leg out and draw the foot down on the floor. As you're pressing out through that left heel, anchoring that left hip, go ahead and grab your straps and place the straps around the arch of the right foot. Holding the straps in the right hand, stretch the right leg up. Let both shoulders relax down into the floor and take the left arm out into a T. Now pressing down with the left hand and the left foot, I want you to go ahead and take that right leg out to the right side, flexing through both feet. We'll do this in a little bit in a standing position. So I want you to think about what you're doing as you're laying here on the floor in order to hold that left hip down and to hold your balance. Those same things will be needed when we stand up. Bring the right leg back up to the center, switch the strap hands out, and go cross body. Again, noticing when you take the leg out away from the midline, what happens to your balance. And then inhale that right leg up, bend that knee, take the strap off, stretch the leg out, shake it a little bit. My favorite part is Suptasana, Padangusthasana. Draw that left knee in and squeeze it in nice and tight to the chest, opening up as you stretch through the right heel on the floor. And when you're ready, the strap can come up around the left leg, straps in the left hand. Right hand can come to the right hip or down on the floor. Exhale and take that left leg out, nice big hip opener. But again, the focus here should be the awareness of what am I doing in order to keep myself flat on the mat? What muscles am I activating and pulling in? Hopefully you're pulling the belly button up and towards the spine, lifting through the crown of the head and pressing long through the standing or the right leg. Lift that left leg up to the center and notice how easily, wow, now it's easy to lay flat. Switch the strap hands and go cross body. You might take the gaze over to the left. Yesterday, my earbuds were crackly, so if you guys are hearing crackly noises or anything going on, please somebody hit the space bar and tell me, don't live with it. Inhale, lifting that left leg back up, bend the knee and take the strap off, stretch the legs out, shake those legs a little bit. And when you're ready, just take your strap off to the side, draw the knees back in towards the chest, cross at the shins and keeping the knees in nice and tight, start to rock front, stem to stern until you can come all the way up and over and make your way into a tabletop position. So as you find this tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, pull that belly up and we'll enjoy 5 rounds of cat-cow. So let the belly drop down, let the sit bones lift. Exhale, arching, pressing that floor away. Keep going, following your own breath. How are we all doing? How you doing there, Deb? And when you have completed your 5th round, come to a nice solid tabletop. That'll tell me we're all ready to move on. From this tabletop, press out, extending that spine long, and then stretch out and lift the right leg. Notice if the belly wants to drop. One of the things we have to do is pull up and away from the mat, pulling the belly in. Now keep everything balanced on the right hand and the left leg and stretch the left arm out. Try to bring the left arm in alignment with the left ear. Pull everything in towards the midline of your mat and breathe. We're going to use this in a minute in our down dog. So memorize this feeling of balancing cross body. Let the hands come down, the knee comes down, and let's switch the opposite leg out. So the left leg stretches out and the right arm stretches out. Breathe. Can you bring the head down in line with the arm? Pull the belly up away from the mat. Stretch through the lifted leg. I notice my leg's a little bent. Press through the heel. If you can see yourself on your screen, go ahead and check it out. And then come back down to neutral. Bring the toes in close together. Take the knees wide. Drop those hips down. And then stretch the legs, the arms out. These would be arms. And breathe. We'll take a short little breath here. And then inhale, pressing up. Bring the knees in. To add a little shoulder opener for me, take the hands out a couple of handprints. And then with the hips lifted, drop the head and the chest down, coming to a puppy pose. So hips stay high. Beautiful, breathe. Now, as you draw those shoulders towards the floor, can you think about drawing the ribs in towards the hips so that we're not just letting the belly drop and release? One more breath here, and then inhale, pressing up. Bring the hands slightly in, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press up and find a down dog. Go ahead and walk this dog out. Take a few breaths here, finding what makes you comfortable in your dog. And when you're ready, look forward behind the breath, make your way up to the front of your mat, coming to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flattening the back. Exhale and fold. Inhale up, pull that belly in, exhale and fold. We'll do that one more time, sliding those hands up, pull that belly in, exhale and fold. Grasp opposite elbows and ragdoll back and forth, side to side. Bring the hands to the hips, pull the elbows to the sky, bend the knees, and float all the way up. Nice big stretch. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Go ahead and shake it all out. We'll meet at the top of your mat in a Tadasana pose or mountain pose. Take a big breath here. All right, so find all 4 corners of those feet. We identified them when we were sitting on the floor. So find them now by rolling those feet around and then press all 4 corners down. Now, one of the things we tend to do is spread our feet. So I want you to do the opposite. I want you to pull from the big toe ball mound and the little toe ball mound, trying to shorten the foot. You won't get a lot of movement, but we're practicing. We can strengthen those muscles around the arch of the foot. So see if you can shorten that. Then can you make your foot narrower? Imagine you're trying on shoes that you really like and they're just too narrow and you're trying to get your foot in there. And you make that foot narrower. Pick up the toes and keep that shortening, narrowing aspect of the foot. Then lay down the pinky toes, the ball mound, and then the rest of the toes. Now, as you laid the toes down, did you lose all the energy? If so, pull those toes back up and try it again, keeping all the energy in the legs and the feet. Then draw the shins in and pull the thighs apart, lift up through the glutes, drop up through the abdominals, roll the shoulders down and apart. Inhale, stretch the eyes and the arms all the way up. Exhale and forward fold, releasing all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands, and step to a plank. Take a breath here in this plank, and then exhale. We'll all come all the way down on this first one, stretching through the legs, Pulling forward with the heart, pressing up, finding a baby cobra. Exhale, pressing back and down, tuck those toes, come through table on the first one, and then shift the hips up, finding down dog. Paddle that dog out a little bit. Shift the weight back into the heels. Bend the knees, bringing the shins parallel to the floor. Lift the sit bones. Keep that lift through the sit bones, straightening the legs, stretching the heels towards the floor. Look forward, bend the knees, walk up to a forward fold. Inhale halfway when you arrive. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now, for those of you that vertigo might be an issue or you're dealing with balance issues, I want you to do two things. One, I want you to feel free. Remember, a good old Ardha Uttanasana is a great hamstring opener, low back opener. So you never have to take the head all the way down if that's a problem for you, all right? So good old Ardha Uttanasana. Other thing is, as we're practicing, if you would like to, feel free, go by, you can go over, if you've got a fireplace, you can go by a chair, you can do whatever you need to, all right? All right, let's do another Sane and do it with your energy. So feel free to add in up dog, jump forward, jump back, whatever you need, all right? Inhale, sweep the eyes and the arms up. Exhale, release all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold, bend the knees, plant the hands and step or hop back to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, maybe you hover, and then either release to cobra or press up for up dog. Tuck those toes, exhale, lift the hips, press back, down dog. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, stretch that right leg up, bend the knee, swing the foot in, and place the foot in between the hands. Drop that left knee down. Inhale, sweep the eyes and the arms up. Now stretch that right arm up, and as though you're reaching for a brass ring up above you, stretch that right arm up. Hold that and slide that left hand down the midline of the body and see if you can find your mat gracefully and slowly. Now, if this is uncomfortable, know you can place a block under your left hand to get a better twist. Press the left hand into the floor or the block and begin to rotate your chest, finding a nice deep twist. Breathe. Now we're going to add a little movement here. So with tucked back left toes, stretch through the left heel, finding a high lunge. Can you come first to your left fingertips and then rotate out, finding an airplane? Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Beautiful. Exhale, hands down to frame that front foot. Shift the weight into the right foot and float the left foot forward. Shake those legs out a little bit. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll vinyasa our way back to that low lunge on the other side. So inhale, exhale and fold. Inhale halfway, exhale and fold. You can take the vinyasa or you can step straight back to dog, your choice. We'll all meet in dog and we'll take a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, go ahead and stretch that left leg up behind you. Bend the knee, swinging it in and placing the left foot in between hands. I love that. Elise, she was like the foot didn't go where she wanted, so she just same side hand, grabbed that leg and put it where it needed to go. Drop that right knee down. Inhale, sweeping it all the way up. Stretch through that left side and slide the right hand right down the midline, finding the mat. Begin to look to the left, stacking the shoulders, finding that twist. Dig in those right toes, stretch through that right leg. Take a breath, find your balance, come up to the right fingertips, and then begin to revolve, bringing your arms out, finding airplane, flipping the palms up, finding your high lunge. You got it. And exhale, hands down to frame that front foot. This time, step back, finding your plank. Take the vinyasa if you would like it, or step straight to down dog. I love it. Everybody's still taking their vinyasas, so we're good. Take 2 breaths here. The end of your second breath, on your exhale, go ahead and bend your knees, coming down to your mat. Grab your blocks. And I'd like to make certain everybody has a block on either side of their mat as we move through the rest of this progression. Once you've got your blocks put there, go ahead and press right back up to down dog. We'll all meet there. And on an inhale, we'll float that right leg up, swing the right foot in, place it in between the hands. We're headed to warrior 1. So take the left foot out a little wider. Inhale, sweep up, find your warrior 1. Really stamp down through the back corners, the back edges of your left foot, and bend into that front knee. Breathe. Inhale, reach those arms up, stretch that front leg straight. And then as you exhale, reach out towards the center of the room. Now, once you get parallel to the floor, can you pull the right hip back, the left hip forward, and can you feel the balance evenly distributed on your legs? If not, move around, as Ashley would say, tidy yourself up, and then drop your hands down, finding your blocks, bringing them in close. Take a big breath and roll your weight on your right foot to the inner edge of the right foot, and then exhale and release the heart towards the floor. I'm not so worried about your head. I'd like you to keep your head in line with your spine. One more breath. And then when you're ready, bend that front knee. Take your left block down on the floor. Take the right block off. Press the left hand into the block. Right hand comes to the hip. Use that right hand to pull the right hip back, finding again your pyramid legs. Stack the shoulders and roll the right arm up. Big breath. Bend into that front knee. You can take both blocks off the mat now. Press into the hands, stretch back and find a plank. If you'd like the vinyasa, exhale chaturanga. Pull through to your back bend. And press back, finding down dog. Couple of breaths. Knowing you're always welcome to drop down to child's pose if you need it. When you're ready, that left leg is going to lift up, swing the foot in, place foot in between the hands. Shift that right foot so you're out to warrior 1. And then inhale, stretching out. Stamping back through that back foot. So your toes should be pointed a little bit 45-degree angle to the right. Remember, it's different than a warrior 2 foot. Yep, beautiful, Deb. Thank you for checking. Pressing through those heels. Now inhale, straighten that front leg. Check in on the hips. Stretch up, nice long spine. Center the weight between the legs. Reach out to the center of the room. Find your balance between the 2 legs and then let the hands float down. Bring the blocks in. You might find you want to walk that left leg a little further in. Draw the weight to the inner edge of that left foot. Stretch through the spine and release the heart towards the floor. Breathe. Then go ahead and bend into that left knee. Take the left-handed block off. Drop the right-handed block down to the floor. Right hand presses into the block. Left hand comes to the left hip. Use that left hand to pull the left hip straight, pressing into the big toe ball mound. Did you see how my left leg wants to sickle out? Don't let it do that. Press evenly into the left foot. Then you decide, perhaps you can stack the shoulders and look to the left, and the left arm can float up. How are y'all doing? Nice job, folks. One more breath here, and then unwind, bringing the hands down, bending back into that left leg. Take both blocks off. Step into the left foot and simply bring the right foot back next to the left foot. Let the head completely drop. Hands come down. And again, you can rock, you can ragdoll those arms. Bring the hands to the hips. Pull the elbows together, bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Are your legs starting to feel stretched out and wiry? I hope so. Okay. From here, we're going to play a little bit with tree pose and Astasana. So find a mountain or a Tadasana pose. And make certain that you're drawing everything to the midline, pressing the feet down, pulling up through the belly. Then inhale, sweep the arms up. I'm going to step back. Got Delaney walking around here. So from here, stretch those arms up, draw the shoulder blades back, press the palms into one another, feel the energy in the arms. Breathe. Now let the right hand grasp the left wrist, stretch that left arm up, press the left foot down and stretch right. Breathe. Inhale all the way up, switch those wrists out, stretching that right arm up, reaching over left. Feel that nice big side body stretch. Inhaling all the way up. We're going to add to this. Right hand grasps left wrist, stretch right. Let that left leg float up as you shift your weight to the right. So this is proprioception, when we can figure out where we are in 3 dimensions. And it helps us adjust. Come back to center and switch the hands out. We'll do that on the other side. And you might notice one side, your proprioception is a little bit better than the other side. So we use the muscles to control it, pulling the belly up and in, pressing through the heel of the lifted leg. And then inhale, coming back. Exhale, forward fold, just to give yourself a little bit of a break. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up and bring the arms all the way with you. We're going to do a standing twist. So take the right arm back and the left arm forward. Let the gaze go back by the right fingertips. Now, balance challenge. This is easy, right? Standing twist. Close your eyes and hold this twist. If that works and you don't feel yourself going side to side, try shaking your head, nodding your head, and seeing what happens. Can you hold your balance in the twist while you add those challenges? Flip the palms skyward. Inhale, open the eyes and come back through center. We'll exhale, go to the left. Do those same challenges, noticing again as it different side to side. Maybe closing the eyes, noticing, can I stand still while my eyes are closed? Can I shake my head? Can I nod? I did it backwards, whatever. And when you're ready, open those eyes, float the arms back to the center, and exhale the hands down to the heart center. Shake the shoulders out and notice if they got tight while you were doing that. If so, you were using the shoulders to try to pull everything to instead of the core. So think about pulling everything to the core when you're trying to maintain your balance. All right, grab a strap. Like, where did I put my strap? And bring it with you up to the front of your mat. So we're going to take that strap and place our right foot in the strap, and then holding it with the right hand. You want to have like a nice little lead on it so you can bend that right knee and come up to standing on the left leg. Now notice how the left ankle has to adjust for this. And don't anybody jump the gun, because we're going to go some fun places here. So open up that right knee. Keep that right foot flexed and see if you can stay steady and still. Again, can you hold your balance, close your eyes, and maybe do some of those challenges? Shake your head, nod your head. Now, if you're having a hard time, remember, plant that left foot, lift up through the left leg. Pull the belly in. Open the eyes if you're losing it. Come back to the center. I love Kathleen went somewhere else and grabbed something. All right, now from here, you can either reach down and grab your big toes if that's in your practice, or for those of us using the strap, simply stretch the right leg out. Now, as you do that, pull the right hip back and lift up through the hips. You might leave the left hand on the hip, you might extend the left arm up, and then take that right leg out to the right side. Come back through the center. Can you drop the strap and keep the leg lifted? Bend the knee and place the foot on the floor. Shake those legs out and drop the hands. All right, let's do that on the other side. So grasp that strap. Take it down around that left foot, holding the straps in the same side hand. giving yourself some lead. Right hand on the hip, lift up with that left leg. Again, take a moment to notice the balance. Look, listen, and feel the 3 steps of balance. We have visual indicators. We have areas of our brain that we want to stimulate. Beautiful. And then we want to feel the muscles in the body. Now from here, you can open that left knee up and out. And maybe play with your balance a little bit. Maybe just standing here is enough of play. Maybe you can close the eyes. Maybe you can shake the head. And when you're ready, come back through the center. Stretch that left leg out. Go ahead, take that left leg out to the left side. Maybe the right arm comes up. And then come back to center. Drop that strap. Bend the knee. And bring the foot back down to the ground. Beautiful, shake it all out. Now we're gonna play with adding the twist, the extended leg, and see what happens to our balance. So grasp your strap again. Some of you, again, I know can do this without your strap. Paula and Susan, I'm pretty sure, maybe Helen. But if you use the strap, it'll give you the ability to play with the balance a little bit more. So strap on the right foot. Hold the strap in the opposite hand this time. Right hand to the right hip. Stand well on the left foot. Lift the right leg up. Pull that right hip back and straighten the left leg. Now take the right leg out. You might be able to walk the hand a little further down the strap to help you hold it. And then extend that right arm behind you. This might be it. Or you might be able to rotate your gaze back and look at your fingers. Beautiful. Now, if you want to stay here, stay here. If you'd like a challenge, right hand comes to the straps. Left arm stretches back. And then come back through the center, bend the knee, let the foot fall, shake the legs out. Beautiful. All right, let's do the other leg. All right, so the strap goes around the left foot. I'm wishing right now I could hear Nancy's comments because I'm pretty sure Nancy would, maybe even John, have some comments. Okay, right hand holding left strap over left foot. Lift up, bent left knee. Straighten that left leg. Breathe, pulling the left hip back, stretch the left leg out. Again, maybe you can reach the hand a little further down, flexing through the foot. If this is good, stay right here. If you'd like to go deeper, extend that left arm back. Maybe look back. Check it out. How you doing? And then can you slowly bring your gaze back? Switch the arms out and extend the right arm out. I'm going to try it with my... And when you're ready, come back in, drop that foot, shake those legs out. Nice job. Okay, let's end it off. We're working those legs. Let's end this little wave with a tree that we all know and can play with, but a little bit of difference in the balance challenge. Kathleen's like, oh shoot, I'm gonna go back to the wall. All right, stand well on that left leg. Draw the right foot up to the left calf. Now notice if your hip wants to pop out, push the left hip in, push the right hip down, shoot the energy out the right knee, pushing the right knee back and away. And breathe. If you're ready to go a little deeper, grab that foot, bring it up into the left thigh. Again, don't let the thigh dip. Push the left thigh into the right foot. Bring the hands to the heart center. Now, can you close your eyes? Feel the balance as you close your eyes here. If this is enough of a balance challenge, stay here. If you'd like to add more of a balance challenge, shake your head, nod your head. How does that change what happens in your tree? And if all that is good, open your eyes. And if you'd like to add and have a little fun with your tree can grow. The leaves can drop. Hands come to the heart. Take the right knee off the left leg, pull the foot down and shake those legs out. Nice job. All right, switch to the right foot. Find all 4 corners and then pull that hip up without hyperextending the knee. Draw the left foot up into the right calf. Lift up through the heart. Fix your gaze on one thing. Push that right hip in. Press the left hip down. Stretch the left leg back. There's a lot going on here, regardless of where your foot is. Like to go a little bit deeper in this challenge? Reach down, find that left ankle, draw it up into the right thigh. Build your balance. Notice again the difference between the two sides. If you'd like to add the balance challenge, close the eyes. Feel the stillness. And then maybe play with shaking the head, nodding the head. Doesn't take a lot. When you are ready, open your eyes. And if you'd like to add, again, the shoulder opening, feel free to do that. And then the left leg comes off. We stretch the foot down and we shake the legs out. Nice. Grab a drink if you need it as you're headed back to your mat. And we'll all meet back at the top of our mat. I want to make certain that everybody has 2 blocks up by the top of their mat. How am I doing time-wise? And if you place them kind of right off the top of your mat, you're probably in a good position, all right? From here, find your Tadasana. Now you have the opportunity, we'll flow through a vinyasa or simply press back to down dog, so your choice. Inhale, stretch the eyes and the arms up. Exhale and float down. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling and folding. Bend those knees, place those hands. If you want the chaturanga, take it. If you want to press straight to down dog, go for it. We'll all meet back in down dog. And we'll take 2 breaths there. On your 3rd inhale, go ahead and float that right leg up. Stretch through those toes. Push the left heel down. Draw the right knee way up into the chest. Swing the foot forward. And we're headed to a warrior 1 again. So that left foot goes out a little wider. Pull the right hip back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Find your warrior 1. Breathe. Stretch that right leg straight. Reach for the center of the room. Finding your pyramid. Maybe your hands come down just to your calves. Don't worry about it. This is a transition. Maybe they come down to the floor. Bend into that right knee. Grab your blocks and bring them shoulder width apart in front of your right foot. Then pressing your weight into your hands and your right leg, come to the left tiptoe. Straighten the right leg and then lift the left leg straight up behind you. Pull the belly up and come to your fingertips. Now you might stay right here thinking about rolling that left hip down, pushing through the lifted left leg, or you might begin to play with bringing the hands up to the heart, playing with your balance, airplane. Arms can come in front, finding your warrior 3. Love it, Kathleen, that's nice. She's very, very steady. Beautiful, just play with your variation of your warrior 3. When you're ready, bring your hands back down to your blocks. Keep that left leg lifted. Then bend the right knee, drop the left knee behind the right knee and lift your heart, Shiva squat. Susan taught me this one. And as you breathe, stretch that left leg out long again, coming to a warrior 3 body. And then bend, find your Shiva squat. Stretch back up. And one more time, bend into that Shiva squat, lifting the heart. Stretch the left leg out behind you. Drop left leg down by right. Release the head towards the floor. Take the blocks off. Stretch the fingers towards the ground and breathe. Hands come up to the hips. Bend both knees. Lift all the way up. And stretch for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shake it all out. Nice. All right, you ready to do that on the other side? Coming, find your Tadasana. Make certain that your blocks are set up where you can reach. And then inhale, stretch the eyes and the arms up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, find your plank. And then decide, are you stepping straight up into down dog or are you taking your vinyasa? We'll all meet in that down dog. And take 2 breaths. The end of your second breath, we're setting up for warrior 1 on the opposite side. So stretch that left leg up long behind you. And then bend that knee, pull the knee into the chest, swing the foot forward, place it in between the hands. Take that right foot out a little bit further to the right side. Pull that left hip back. Inhale, floating up, finding your warrior 1. Nice big breath. Stretch that left leg straight. Square the hips to the front of the mat. Reach up, extend through the spine, center the weight over both legs, stretching the arms out parallel to the ground, and then letting the hands drop down, finding your pyramid pose. Bend into that left knee, come to the right tippy toe, bring the hands forward, finding your blocks. Find that spot where you can extend the left leg straight, lifting the right leg, and the blocks are right underneath your shoulders, holding you evenly. Press out through that right lifted leg, pull that right hip towards the floor, lift through the heart, and see if you can come to your right finger or your fingertips. And then begin to play, drawing the hands maybe to the heart, maybe out into an airplane, maybe out long. Beautiful, I love it. Just play with one hand at a time if that helps you. Try to lift through the standing leg hip. And as you're ready, we'll add those Shiva squats. So keep stretching through that right leg. Hands come back down to the blocks. Bend the standing knee and tuck the right knee in behind the left knee. I'm going to turn. And when you're ready, inhale, stretch out. Exhale, press back. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, press into Shiva squat. Inhale, press back. Drop the right foot down by the left. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep eyes and arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful, shake it all out and make your way down to your mat. Nice. All right, coming all the way down onto the mat. Have your strap available. And notice as you come to a seated position, if it's easy for you to lift the flesh away from the sit bones and lift through the heart and comfortably sit in a Tadasana position, or if it's hard and you want to curl. If you're curling, put something underneath the hips and lift up. Take a big breath. Go ahead, take your straps. Place the straps around the arch of the foot and then bring them in a U around you. Lift up through the heart. Inhale, sweep the eyes and the arms all the way up. Like we did in our pyramid, stretch for the sky and then reach out towards those toes. And let the hands drop, finding the straps. Gently pulling back on the straps, lift your heart. So we really want to feel this in the bottom of the hamstrings. Again, I'm going to turn so you can see this. I'd like you to think about your own bodies. If what you're feeling is this, and you see all that curve going on down here, then I want you to pull the flesh away from the sit bones, strap around, and then lift through the heart and pull back. Can you see that difference? Then you exhale and draw the chest down. With each inhale here, lift and flatten that back. And with each exhale, try to draw first your belly onto your thighs and then maybe your chest towards your knees. One more breath in and out. And then you can drop the straps, walk the hands up the legs. Take the straps off to the side. I'm going to swing back around here and come all the way down onto your back. Once you get onto your back, draw the soles of the feet in about 6 to 10 inches away from your sit bones. Draw the arms in close to the sides. Roll the shoulders underneath and plant the triceps into the ground. Press with the heels and inhale, lift up through the hips, pull the heart forward. Now rock over onto your left side and take that right shoulder further underneath you. Rock to your right on top of that right shoulder and slide the left arm further underneath you. Now lift the hips higher and bring the hands underneath you, clasping those hands. You might find you can roll the shoulders even further open and lift the hips even wider as you press the hands towards the heels. Breathe. And then slowly unwind all of this, letting the hips come down towards the ground. Draw the knees in towards the chest, grasp the shins, take the knees wider apart than the chest and come back to that happy baby where we started. Grab those feet. And again, if you feel that, no, I'm still not quite there, it's fine to take half happy baby. You can actually make half happy baby a bigger hip flexor stretch by stretching one leg out and long. So take what serves your body today. And rock side to side. We'll all come back together into that happy baby, drawing the knees in nice and tight. From here, keep the right leg in close. Stretch that left leg out long. Take the left hand up and over the right knee so the fingers go towards the right hip. Right arm stretches out long. And then exhale and take the right leg over to the left side. Your left hand should be on top of your right knee, allowing you to gently encourage that right knee further towards the floor. Notice the shoulders. Notice if you were standing in that Ardha Tadasana doing this, what would you need to be adjusting? And can you pull those muscles in here? So for me, I would need to be pulling my right ribs closer to the floor, right shoulder closer to the floor. And then breathe, bring both knees back in towards the chest. Draw them in nice and tight and bring the head up to the knees. Stretch the head back towards the floor, keeping that left leg in. Stretch that right leg out. Right hand comes on top of the left knee. Left arm goes out long, and on the exhale, twist over left knee to the right side. Breathe here, and again, think about if you were standing. Tadasana, right foot flexed. Pulling the hips, even as the knee stretches right, pulling the hips left, pulling the left rib cage towards the floor, left shoulders towards the floor, and breathing. And then come back through center, stretch those knees in, draw those knees in towards the chest and bring the soles of the feet flat on the ground. Make certain you can grab a block and bring that block in close. Press up into an easy bridge and draw the block underneath your sacrum. You want it on the lowest setting here. We're setting up for a potential Shavasana pose. Some of you love it. Some of you, Elise, I know it's not your favorite. Draw the knees in towards the chest and feel the block underneath the sacrum. I'm going to try to change Elise's mind today. Now this is Squirrel Pose. This is a restorative pose, and you're welcome if you'd like to stay right here, closing your eyes, rolling and externally rotating the upper arms. You're just in a nice little compressed ball, and you're getting a little bit of traction on the low spine, and yet you're balancing. If you'd like to take this a little further, you can stretch the legs straight up into a waterfall or Viparita. If you have a wall and you want to go by that wall, feel free to do legs up the wall, on the wall. And if you really feel called here to be able to open your legs up with or without a wall, grab your strap and make a big old loop, placing it around the legs, and let the strap hold the legs there so that you can completely relax, finding the Shavasana that works for your body. Knowing that if at any point you need to come out of it, you're more than welcome to do just that. Take a nice deep breath in. Begin to bring awareness back into your body with that breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If your legs are lifted or split, make certain you bring them back close together, and then bend those knees, coming back into a squirrel. You can, on an exhale, drop the soles of the feet down to the ground, and on an inhale, lift the hips up, slide the block out, and bring the hips down to the floor. Take one more breath here, gently stretching the legs out. As you're ready, hands come together over the heart, flip the clasped palms skyward, rotate the arms overhead, and stretch as though it's your first morning stretch. Roll to your right side, keeping that right forearm underneath your head, bending the knees, coming into a fetal position. Take a breath in and out, and as you're ready, use your upper hand and your upper leg to gently press you up, finding a seated position. Hands at your heart center, eyes softly closed. When we work on our balance, we are working not only on our present practice, but on our future self. We're building neurotransmitters, pathways that are responsible for equilibrium and cognitive function, no matter what age or stage of life we're in. So whether you're standing in a tree pose, working on static balance, whether you're moving, practicing proprioception, or whether you're maintaining equilibrium while you move, like walking, riding a bike, or transitions in yoga, working on dynamic balance. All three of those build not only your muscles in your body, but pathways in your brain. Thank you for taking care of yourself today and tomorrow. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. We'll open that up, and if you have any questions about balance, about poses, about why can't I do certain things, be free to, and we'll be sure to answer those.